playfulness. It's a festive season. Some are celebrating Deepavali, others are celebrating the oncoming of Thanksgiving as well as Christmas, New Year. So basically, that period has begun when it's the time for some celebrations. So I thought this is a very good time to speak about that inner playfulness as well. Namaskar, this is me, Neha Goyal from Neha Goyal Dream Reading, your empowerment coach, tarot reader, numerologist, and DNA astrologer. Now, playfulness is that inner reservoir of creativity, of potential that we all have within us. Aspect of our life where we look at a particular situation not in the way others have trained us to. We channelize our own creativity to look at that particular aspect of our life. That is the connection with our inner playfulness. Do you remember when you were a child, or if you are surrounded by children, by toddlers, you would see how creative they are. They would have such playful, creative comebacks to a lot of things which you ask them to do or which you want them to do. They will just be very creative in it. Why is that? That is because they have that power of imagination still in them. But is that power of imagination still in us as adults? For a lot of us who are in the creative field, because they are continuously tapping into their creative part, yes, they still have that inner playfulness. In fact, a lot of times these creative people are considered to be outcasts of the society because they have chosen a path which might not be in tandem with what the civilization wants them to say. Their imagination is so of the beyond that these are the kind of people who are visionaries of the world as well. Therefore, it is very important to tap into your inner playfulness, that ability to let go of certain things, that ability to be creative when something intense hits us, that ability to sometimes also find humor in a situation wherein everybody is just being too serious. A lot of times, those people have lost their inner playfulness where while they were growing up, the environment of the house was very strict or was such that there was no display of compassion or no display of, letting it go a little while they were growing up. There were dire consequences if you did something which was against the will of an adult. That is for the first time where you lose that inner creativity of yours, because for the child, the message which is going inside is that if I be myself, so the child does not understand that this is creative and this is imaginative. The child just takes cues from what an adult around them feels is the right thing to do or is not the right thing to do. Why is that? Because as a child, we are dependent on our adults for our survival. They are the ones who are feeding us. They are the ones who are giving us compassion. They are the ones who are taking care of our day-to-day needs. And constantly, even though without knowing, but constantly what's going on in the child's mind is that if I angry a particular adult in my life, maybe I will not be able to survive. You see, that is something which every child is born with. Also, another thing to understand here is that human beings by nature are binary. That they understand things in yes or no, right or wrong, black or white. But this inner playfulness which a child has, which is still there alive in the child, is a perspective to look at the world from a non-binary way. Which means that everything is not black and white. Everything is not yes or no. Certain things are gray. Certain things are a maybe zone. And which is why a child is able to take a little more risk. Imagine you have to do a project. Everybody is very seriously working on that project from morning till night because the deadlines are nearby. And there comes a person who has tapped into their inner creativeness and comes up with an idea which nobody has thought of because everybody is so focused on achieving that particular goal. But this person with that inner playfulness and with that inner creativity brings up a solution nobody has thought of, and which actually means that now people don't have to spend so much time on that project and everybody goes back home happy. Not just that, they win the project as well. That is the importance of having that inner creativity as far as a work scenario is concerned. Even in personal life, certain times when we are dealing with relationships where it's not about whether I want to let go of that person or I still want to stay with that person, sometimes it is important to tap into the maybe zone, that maybe if I be, or can I handle this situation, or can I handle this relationship in a more creative way. To create those healthy boundaries also, we require that inner creativity, we require that inner playfulness. Also, what are your own techniques which you use to tap into your inner playfulness? Put it in the comment section. Maybe it will help somebody. Do write in the comment section if you are somebody who looks at the world from a yes or a no perspective, or you have it in you to look at the world in a maybe perspective, that maybe if I do this, this situation will change in this manner. And if you feel that you were somebody who was born up in a very strict environment where now you see the world only in a yes or a no, black or white, then I have a package just for you. Here is an inner child healing package which was never offered earlier and will never be offered again. It has a limited time validity and it includes a lot of things, including a masterclass worth 3,333 rupees on masculine and feminine integration. Check out the link in the description. If this is the kind of content that you like, do share and subscribe such that you do not miss out on it. Namaskar, Radhe Radhe.